Welcome to Movie Explain AD. We see a tire store owner seated with his wife in a shop at the start of the movie. On the road, there were a lot of trucks passing by. The reason for this was a roadside construction project. Jaigo, the shop's owner, arrives at the building site right away. He urges the truck drivers to change their path. They tell him that they'll pass from the same site. Because if they take a different path, they will use more gas, and Jaigo becomes ragged. The construction's owner has also arrived at this location. Jaigo, who was engaged in a fight with everyone. The owner's daughter falls down. She becomes concerned and wants to know about this man. They all say he owns a tire shop nearby. Jaigo is then taken to the police station. The police make it clear to him that if his shop isn't working correctly, don't blame the construction site for this. Meanwhile, a man informs him that your father-in-law intends to sell your shop. Who tells you, Jaigo, that he won't sell this shop? On the other hand, we see Jaigo's wife, who has placed an order for a dress. However, she cancels due to a lack of money. Later, Jaigo approaches her and begins to converse with her. He inquires as to whether your father intends to sell our shop. When she responds most likely yes, Jaigo asks, "Why didn't you tell me?" She says he is selling what I can do. Later, Jaigo returns to the beer shop where he had played with an orphan girl. Later, a man named Mr. Moon appears, and he is angry upon Jaigo. He is interested in marrying Jaigo's wife. Jaigo was returning home with a gift for his wife. He discovers that his father-in-law is spreading false information about him. The father of Jaigo's wife inquires as to why you married him. It was far better to marriage with him, because Mr. Moon is pretty wealthy, she declares fiercely to her father. I don't want to marry Mr. Moon. That boy's mother inquires as to how you are living your life. You are unable to pay your electricity bills due to a lack of money. On the other hand, a customer arrives at Jaigo's shop with a flat tire. Jaigo takes double amount of money from him. He inquires as to why you have charged twice as much money. You've already asked for urgent work, according to Jaigo. He provides this money to his wife and asks her to pay the bills. Jaigo has an idea that the car has previously came to him. Its tire was flat because all of the trucks pass from the construction site. The tires become flat as a result of several dropped nails on the road. Jaigo has an idea, so he strews a lot of nails across the road. As a result, numerous car tires will be punctured as a result of this. And a large number of customers will visit his shop. As a result, when he receives a large sum of money, his business will flourish. Jaigo does, and he spreads many nails on the road. The next day, Jaigo is approached by a man who takes his car. He informs him that he doesn't have an extra tire, and Jaigo provides him one. He fixes the tire, and in return, he demands a large sum of money. The car's owner was incredibly wealthy, and he had a lot of money in his car. He gives Jaigo the demanded money. When he goes, Jaigo's wife comes. She informs him that he is wealthy. Jaigo mentions that he might be going by taking payment from somewhere. Jaigo does the same thing at night, spreading the nails across the road. When his wife sees him, she questions whether he's crazy. What would happen if someone happened to see you? Jaigo informs her that people passing through are visitors. They are wealthy people, and the most of them are corrupt. If we charge them a significant sum of money, if their tires are punched due of us, then we are not doing anything wrong. If they give us the money that they have due of corruption, they won't suffer a huge loss, and they won't be bothered. As a result, we will have a better life than previously. His wife first refuses, but when money arrives at their house, she eventually agrees. The next day, a female client arrives at Jaigo's shop. This was the same lady who is the building's owner. She inquires of Jaigo's wife about the pay for making these beers. She claims that after creating 10 beers, she receives $0.5. She purchases a toy for her daughter and pays her $10 for it. Jaigo fixes her car and demands a large sum. The lady first clashed with Jaigu, but after giving the money, she leaves. Later on, this makes Jaiju's wife becomes very pleased. Jaiju's wife assists him in spreading nails on the road at night. She tells Jaigu that we spread he nails on the road, and because of the air of vehicle that arrives, they flow away, and we will have to stick the nails in the road. We have not to come again and again. This is a strong road, according to Jaigu. How can we do? She advises that we use a drill machine to place nails inside this. When the police arrive, they become terrified and begin to converse with the officers. The police leave because they don't have any suspects on them. Jaiju's life improves, and he gives the money to his wife so that she can change her hairstyles. Some people, on the other hand, inform Mr. Mun that the loan Jaigu has taken, that he has been repaid today. When he hears Mr. Mun gets shocked. Jaigu takes the orphan girl to walk and gives her ice cream. Jaigu takes his drill machine to the roadside with his wife. He uses a drill machine to drive the nails into the road. As a result, the nails cannot be replaced from there, and his business continues. Jaiju's wife later requests him to buy one dress for her. He advises her that instead of buying one dress, she may buy 10. She inquires if he requires anything. No, he adds, I just wanted to buy this store. Later, the owner's daughter is kidnapped, and the police are baffled that who would kidnap her. Later on, she is questioned about who was irritated by your business. She recalls that Jaigu was the one, and that it was because of him that her daughter fell, and that when she went to his shop for car fixing, he charged her a large sum of money. The owner doubted that Jaigu could have kidnapped her daughter. Jaigu is now being double-crossed by the police. When a police officer was passing by there, he told them, at that time of night, he saw Jaigu there with his wife. Later, the police arrive and arrest him, and his home is also searched. They discover nothing from his home after that. He was released. We learn afterward that Mr. Mun has a police officer friend. He offers to keep a watch on Jaigu with him, because they have doubts about Jaiju's ability to make such a large sum of money. Mr. Mun later approaches the road and notices Jaiju's wife approaching on the road. She starts hammering the nails into the road, and when she leaves, Mr. Mun arrives to see the situation, and his feet are pinched by a nail. Later, we see an old couple whose wife is gravely ill as they walk along this road. This man is quite worried for his wife's health, and his car was punched due of Jaiju's nails. Jaigu repairs his car and notices that the old man is an honest man. Jaiju's wife, on the other hand, was returning home after shopping. Mr. Mun approaches him on the way and inquires, "What are you buying for?" He informs her that he knows that her and her husbands go on the road to spread the nails on the road. As a result, the cars become punctured, and your business thrives. He claims that he can inform the police, so why hasn't he done so yet? She should come alone to meet him if she really wants to know. We see her with Jaigu, who informs her that today, a senior couple arrived, and his wife was unwell. Regardless, she had paid in full, and Jaigu was embarrassed. She inquires of Jaigu, what if someone knew about this? That we hammered nails into the road. We will leave this work if anyone finds out about it. The next scene shows Jaiju's wife meeting with Mr. Mun. She doesn't tell her husband about it, and he keeps it a secret as well. When she returns, Jaigu wonders where she went. She informs him that he has gone shopping. Jaiju's wife was frightened late at night since she had hidden this secret from her husband. She was crying because she didn't know what she was going to do with the money. Later, we see the nails on the road, as well as a car that has crashed as a result of them. Jaigu rushes straight to the road to remove the nails. He was worried that if anyone found out, he and his wife would be caught. Meanwhile, the car's owner emerges, and he is safe and sound. He was the first customer at Jae-gyu's store. He had kidnapped the owner's daughter and was the worker of construction company. When the police come, everyone assumes that he has rescued the girl. Later, the news channel arrives at Jae-gyu's home. He was honored, and we could see that he was becoming wealthier by the day. Their situation improves significantly. Jae-gyu purchases the shop as well as the house in which they reside. He also buys his wife a gorgeous car. He tells his wife that he always imagines himself working in an auto store. However, he did not own a car, and his wish has come true today. Jae-gyu also takes her shopping and to a restaurant. They enjoy spending time together and are content with one another. We later observe the road where Jae-gyu and his wife had hammered the nails. When he had an accident, Jae-gyu becomes very concerned. He was sitting alone and Mr. Moon comes to him. He instructs him to go, because I want to live alone. But Mr. Moon becomes enraged and orders him to look around his house, not punching people's cars, and he's shocked by the fact that Mr. Moon knows everything. He hadn't told the police about it, and he could have gotten something in return. It was Jae-gyu's wife's time. Jae-gyu gets shocked and begins to pull the property papers apart. His wife, however, intervenes, and he begins to fire the money. Because his wife has ditched him. She tells him that you worked very hard to obtain this money. What he hadn't done to get this is why you're easily burning them. His wife was a greedy woman. At the last of the film, we see Jae-gyu's wife enlarged this shop. She hires a large number of people and gets to work. Jae-gyu, on the other hand, has left his wife and doesn't work at this shop. Jae-gyu starts working on the building site. He used to ride in the truck with their belongings. This film ends here. Please like, share and subscribe.